Before we get into today's episode, I just want to take a moment to say this. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. You can call or text 988 or visit 988lifeline.org for free support. You can also find help at psychologytoday.com or headsupguys.org. And if you're local, the Calming Center and Bethany's team are doing incredible work over there. Remember, you're not alone.
Yes, I recorded. The cameras are recording.
Okay, but now we're on there.
Yeah, we're good. Now we're fucking back, baby.
Oh, hit the button.
Why? Why do you want to hit this button?
Dude, who doesn't love an air horn? Bringing the energy today, dude. What's up, guys?
How you feeling, dude?
I'm cool.
You doing good?
Yeah, how are you?
You know, I am wonderful. You know, we had a good workout.
Yeah.
About passed out in the sauna. Living our life.
Are we just going to ignore that there's somebody else here for like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, I was going into the episode to go ahead and get started, and I was going to go ahead and start introducing her. And then now you've done pointed her out, so now it's just.
Oh, so now the co-host has introduced your wife, who's the guest. So
now it's ruined. Hey guys, we're back. My wife's in on the episode now, so yeah, that's our special guest. Yeah.
You ever see Eastbound and Down? Never mind. Yeah, dude. No, that workout was brutal this morning. Not so much really the workout. The workout was great, but I almost threw up in the sauna, which is a lot. I almost threw up sitting right here. I got swampus.
Because you're disgusting. Like, you literally got out of the sauna and was like, oh, I feel like crap, and I'm going to go ahead and chug a protein shake and maybe make myself feel better.
Got to recover.
No.
Yeah.
I about passed out in the sauna, so that's good.
But we didn't. And now we're here.
Yeah. I'm on a 40-hour fast at
That's
4 o'clock.
awesome.
So, hey, we're doing great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, guys. Hey, how are you doing over there?
I'm doing great. How are you?
And for the folks at home who don't know who you are, what is your name?
I'm the better Dakota Goss.
Ah, okay.
No,
Honestly,
I'm just kidding. We had a debate like about 8 years ago, and I'm the less better Dakota.
It has been proven.
I've accepted that fate.
We played beer pong.
We played beer pong, and the winner was the best.
Oh,
Dakota,
okay. So it was decided by
yeah.
contest.
So we just decided by like the best way to decide is hashing it out in a competition. But yeah.
How are you
me.
doing, bro?
Like I'm living living life, you know.
Cool. So what is she doing here, bro?
I don't know. She had this crazy idea that was like, hey, I'm gonna come in here and drill some questions in y'all, and like make us feel like.
I got a question.
Make us feel crazy bad. I don't know, bud. I don't
make
know.
us feel bad. She didn't say that.
Nah,
she's not that type of person.
No, she
bro.
didn't say. She's like, she's like, I really want to see how you guys think. She's like, and I want the viewers to know, like, hey, I can ask these questions, and you guys are going to be open about it, and just give us honest answers. Hopefully honest, you know.
Okay.
And like, we're going to open up people's minds and just see. And I think it's good to have her on here. She's been on a couple of them, so it's been good.
Yeah.
She's going to be on many
Yeah.
more.
Oh yeah. No, I was just.
It's fun.
Screw you, Ben.
No, that was just my way of like telling the people.
Just
So it's
kidding.
good to see. I'm excited. I'm actually really excited.
Hey, at least we're back. At least we're back recording an episode.
Yeah.
We're in here. You know, you ruined my entire intro on how we're going to introduce her, so everybody knows that she's on here.
Okay.
But how has your week been? We're going to go ahead and start our weekly follow-up, and we're going to actually ask Dakota over here how her week's been. But
Let's go with her first.
You want to go her?
Ladies
How's your
first.
week been, Dakota?
Well, considering it's Tuesday morning, I mean, it's been
No,
bad.
not this week. Like last week. We're doing for the following week, Dakota. You watch the episodes. You know how they work. Why are we doing this?
I don't watch that. No, I'm
all
just
right.
kidding.
Wow.
I do. I've been
Don't
doing
look at
good.
me, bro.
She doesn't
my
support
week's,
us.
My week's. I do support you. I hear it like 97 times as you're editing. So yes, I do hear it. My week's been good. I've been chilling. We went and shot one of our military companies that we do. We've had some opportunities arise that I didn't think were possible. So
Cool.
we've had some really big things happen this past week.
How are you doing emotionally? This is MentalK. We're allowed to talk about this.
God, ask that.
How are you doing emotionally? Like, how are you doing, like, you know, we know how you're doing physically. Like, how are you doing after your surgery? How are you holding up, like, emotionally, physically, anything like that? Like,
I thought I was railing y'all.
Yeah, I was over
it's like
here.
the tables have turned.
wait a minute. We're going to have to clip
okay,
that
clip
now.
that.
And she
No,
thought she was
no.
railing us.
Whatever.
Now we're gonna have to
Okay.
clip it. Now it's a thing.
Ben's
Hey,
words, not mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, I'm doing all right. My emotions are all over the place. I'm struggling a little bit. Not gonna lie. I go to the doctor today, and I'm gonna get back on depression medication. I've not taken depression medication since Emmett passed away. So.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I'm surviving.
And we're going to have to move your mic a little bit closer because, like, you're wanting to cut in and out as you're talking because,
Can you
like,
hear
you're going really deep and then really soft. I get because you're not used to it and you can't hear yourself in the mic. So
Can you hear me better?
I can. Yes.
You guys remember that old commercial? He'd be like, "Can you hear me now?"
Can you hear me now?
Like he had a flip phone for Verizon.
Yeah.
I was little. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So I mean, really, you're doing good, but
I'm
like
doing
you're doing
okay.
you're good. You're doing great physically. Like trying to figure out. Now we're on our stages of trying to figure out where your shunt needs to be adjusted to. So that's a challenge.
Yeah.
We just got back from the doctor and with another adjustment. So now we're going back. Probably going to go back down there and get another adjustment here soon. So
yeah, it's a wave of up and downs with that. But we did kind of find out partially that we might have a key of knowing where all this umbrellaed from.
with a genetic test we have to do.
Yesterday we went to our son's rheumatologist, and she basically diagnosed me with something based on, in order to help Elliot, we had to go deep into our medical history as children and adults and what we're going through. And she believes that I have a genetic condition that has stemmed all of these random weird things that have been happening to me over the past few years that make me feel like I'm an 80-year-old woman. She believes it's all genetic. So we are going down that path now of seeing if that truly is what it is.
That's interesting. So we have to do it's crazy because you have to do the same thing. Like you have to do the genetic testing, and then she wants me to go get my blood work done to do a genetic test to see if I have a genetic mutation or like a specific gene to figure out about the whole arthritis thing. So that's cool.
And it's overall the goal is to help figure out what type of arthritis that Elliot has to be able to treat it and be more aggressive in his adolescence so that he doesn't have issues for the rest of his life, potentially. So she's kind of dug into our medical history way more than I ever expected her to. And so, I mean, maybe that's, a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know.
It's kind of wild, really. What about you over there, Ben? How's your week been? How's your past week been? You doing all right?
Busy. It went by like really quick. Honestly, didn't feel like a week, but
you got back out of town, right? Like you just came back. You went out of town because you left with Tim not last week, right? Or the week before that?
I honestly can't.
I can't remember.
Well,
you went on tour. You were gone. Then you came back. You pressure washed, and you were out of town till like Wednesday. You were doing like big commercial jobs with him, with Corbin and all them.
I was working. Yeah.
You're killing it.
Yeah.
How are you doing emotionally? How are you?
Oh,
how you holding up?
I'm cool. Yeah, got to see the kids. Took the kids to the Greensboro Science Center on Saturday, so that was cool. And they got a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. I'm excited to take them to see the lights, and it's cool. It's that time of year, man. Just hammering down, getting ready, just working really.
Fun times. Mm-hmm. Fun times, guys.
Yeah, been getting more consistent in the gym too, which we're sitting here soaked. I mean, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling getting back and getting in my rhythm with that, and feeling that out. Haven't really been playing too much guitar, but hanging out and just
still waiting on a guitar to come over here. But
you gotta be good enough to do all that and take it places and play for people. But yeah, no, I'm cool. Honestly, I was not good I was not good 10 minutes ago, bro. That I thought I was gonna throw up right here on this beautiful little.
It took you a minute. It took us a minute to start this because you were not looking so good. I had to roll the windows down because I was about to pass out.
There's no windows in here.
I know. I'm talking about on the way here, man, from the gym. Come on, dude. Now, I don't know what was about to happen. I thought you were about to puke everywhere.
No, I can rally.
No,
I was on the verge, but I can walk that line.
You were pale. If I would have been recording, I wish I would have been because you would have seen how pale you was.
The only daddy that can walk the line. Word to Waylon Jennings.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
All right, so I am interested in these questions. I really what's the nature of these questions? What are we signing up for here, pal?
So you are signing a death sentence. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Well, if we die, this is going to the FBI.
Oh, wow, whatever. When me and Dakota was talking about this a while back, I had told him that one thing that women deep down always have talked about is oh, I wish I could ask my spouse this or ask my spouse that. And I feel like me and Dakota talk pretty deep, and a lot of these questions I feel like we've covered in our relationship, but not all couples are that way.
Oh yeah, we got really deep not too long ago.
Yeah. Not in that
Not
way. Not- cut that out.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Not that way.
We're gonna
Really,
clip that.
No,
That's a
but
good
I
one.
feel like it is
like emotionally is what I mean. Not like
emotionally. I feel like it's really good for a relationship to sit down and talk about the questions that sometimes you don't want to know the answers to, but deep down you do want to know the answers
oh
to.
yeah, like it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was-
we talked about some things that
It wasn't just you.
most
It was like
people-
me. I kind of like flipped. It was like I ain't never got that. I ain't never got like so emotionally upset. It was pretty bad. Like I was crying.
Okay,
I was bad,
Yeah.
dude.
it's okay.
It wasn't
sometimes
nothing.
you have to work through those things.
Sometimes you just gotta cry.
But I've put
Oh, yeah.
together a list of questions that I feel like some women want to know a man's perspective on, whether they're in a relationship, whether they're casually dating or whatever. And then I also feel like it could help other men because how you answer these could make them validate their feelings about the topic. So I've got like a long list of questions. So are y'all ready to?
what are the rules for answering? Because I mean, like, I have been known to just include every detail of every story.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you don't
obviously
have to
include
go
the detail, but don't
super
go
deep.
like yeah.
But at the same time, like I really want y'all to be vulnerable in answering these questions and try to be like as real can be. I feel like it'll be good for y'all, and I feel like it'd be good for anybody listening to hear you guys be that way for a minute. So I mean, there's not really any rules other than like
All right.
don't spend 30 minutes answering one question.
Okay.
Dakota,
Which one?
that one.
Oh.
I was really just being funny because I'm way more likely to do that. All right.
Yeah, you're 100% more likely to
Yeah,
to
Dakota's
go-
like, yeah, I'm good.
Like I told a
Next
story. I
question.
told a story about what happened at a party one time, and it took me 10 minutes. Like not even 10 minutes. It took you an hour and a half.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, come on now. Don't throw shade
Ben
on
is
me.
passionate about his answers.
I'm just a fan of cinema. I had to like
We're
paint
telling
that for you.
we're
bro.
telling these guys a story. We're painting the picture for
I'm-
them.
I'm
I
out here
wish
shooting
that I had
movies, dog.
I wish I had somebody that was like a cartoonist that could come through in like cartoon like your story from friendships and see how that goes. Like just like make it a whole cartoon story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so that way people could actually grasp it and watch it. That'd be a good cartoon.
Honestly, I wish if we could find that person, I wish they could just follow me around all day and
No.
cartoon all my thoughts. But
All right, let's do it. Let's
Okay.
get to this.
So, question number 1. What type of emotional support do men wish they got in relationships but rarely ask for? Ben, you go first.
Good
I
job.
like to be appreciated, and personally, I like to be, told thank you / I'm proud of you in a sense. And most men will not ask for that, because I mean that's something that typically you earn, right, and you show through acts.
Okay.
That's a great answer, Ben. I'm right there with Ben on that one. To be appreciated and be told that I'm appreciated. But really, I mean, I don't really know. That's a pretty deep question, to be honest with you. I kind of I want to be able to talk and express my emotions. I mean, you had the same exact conversation. This is what we not really got into it about, but this is what we got deep about in our feelings and us expressing our emotions to one another and me telling you how I feel. But I want to be able to be heard. Like if I'm going through something, I want to be able to express it to you and then you not come back and tell me like what you're going through. Like it's not a battle between mine and your relationship.
That's real, yeah.
Yeah, it's not and me and her had the same exact discussion. That's the reason why it's brought up. And I'm glad that you asked this question because like me and you're 100% honest with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And we're open about our relationship.
And I struggle with that.
Yeah.
That's something that, our relationship's not perfect. I think we're close, but like we have faults, and one of those faults is when I try to help people through something, I try to relate with them because sometimes you believe that relating with the person will help them. And sometimes that's not always the case. Sometimes people don't need a solution. Sometimes people don't need you to know how they feel. It's just, they just want you to listen.
Yeah, and
So
it's
that's where
nothing-
I'm working on that.
And it's this is not to throw shade on you by any means. This is just like saying like to
No,
answer
hey,
your
look,
question.
we open this up, and now people know you're really gonna be real through these questions.
Yeah,
'Cause,
like I really want to, like I think it's hard for men, and I think that's a big problem on why men don't talk about their emotions in relationships is because when it comes down to it, it's like for instance, you know, if Ben was at home providing for his family, or I was at home providing for my family, or not at home, but like we were working, and then you had a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife or whatever it may be, and you come home and you say, hey, man, I've had a really stressful day at work, but then next thing you know, the wife is like, well, you know, I've had a really stressful day with the kids. I get that. I'm not knocking
It's like
that you...
invalidating.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that you didn't have a hard time. I'm just trying to physically and emotionally open up to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like relationships
Ben's like,
need
damn,
that.
this is getting deep. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ben.
No, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
just I've been there. Yeah, I feel
Look,
that.
I'm
You
just
know?
proud of him for being truthful.
Like,
Look.
I mean, I'm trying to be 100%. Like, I feel like that's a big thing.
Hit the applause button. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Let's get a little less serious.
Okay.
What is a green flag in a woman that immediately stands out to you? So pretend that you are not married. Okay. Pretend,
All right.
pretend that you're not in a relationship.
This is gonna be hard.
and say, like, if you were back, like scouting women, what is a green flag that would stand out to you in a woman?
I like the verbiage on scouting. Like, we're out here, like, got a draft, baby.
career / job security / like intent with life, living intently, and that's it.
Look, that's very mature. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
What's yours?
I mean, I have no idea because I've been married for the last 15 years.
Yeah, I've been married for 15 years.
I really don't know. I mean, honestly, I think I don't know. I have a lot of green flags, but I like how...
Dang, man, I feel like I'm failing in my faith right now. The answer to that question as a Christian should have been like belief in Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior.
Okay, you've changed your answer. Hey.
No,
Well, it can be both.
both of those things. Yeah,
It could be green flags.
Yeah, green. That's a green flag. I honestly think
but that's
like,
where I'm.
I think like how caring and kind you are. You know, and like how open you are to like listen to me and us talking. I mean, you're the only girl I see.
Do we have HR around here?
I think I do have that, you know?
Okay. How important is emotional connection for men when it comes to sex?
Oh, I think that depends on the type of sex.
Whoa,
That's a good way to say that.
Whoa. Listen.
I think it depends on the age. Like, you know, like how you were talking about, like when we were younger, like when we already went.
What do you mean by it depends on the age, bro?
You know, like when I was 17 years old, you know, I didn't really worry about much of an emotional connection as much.
Okay.
It was just sex.
It was-
Okay.
yeah, a lot of it was.
I was
like you're
trying to
having
set you up for
fun.
like a weird little. Never mind.
That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
you
dude.
got it.
That's so disgusting.
No,
man.
no, it's not. Stop. Listen. Yeah, I concur with you. I feel like it's directly related to the maturity of the individual, because when I was less mature, and less mature as a person, and also less mature in my faith, it really didn't have to have any type of emotional connection at all or attachment at all. But then as you grow as a person, you kind of realize that there's supposed to be more to it. And, you know, now that I've matured, that's, yeah.
Well, it's kind of crazy, how I've seen videos and watched and read and stuff like that, and it's kind of crazy, like how sex really works and how they really talk about it. Because like when you are having sex with like individuals as like non-emotional, and you're not feeling it, it's kind of crazy because actually a percentage of your body emotionally is left with that person. Did you know that? So like if you have sex with just a random, like a one night stand, right? Then actually a piece of you emotionally is left with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a crazy fact, huh?
Biblically, I think it's referred to as like creating a soul tie.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of intense. So
Okay.
really, the more that you do, the less that you become emotionally attached, and I think that's what ruins a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So like second part to that question, in your current state of where you are now, is sex always emotional for you?
Go ahead, Ben.
That's a complex question.
Like, I mean, okay.
I mean, we're going to get really open. I guess
So-
would you once again? I'll answer
Would you
that.
repeat the question?
Okay. So in your current state of where you are today, every time you have sex, is it emotional? Or is it just sex?
Dog, my mama be listening to this, dude. Like, golly,
skip this
dang.
episode.
Sorry, mama.
This is what it's about, though. Like you're a grown adult. Your mama knows. She ain't. You got kids.
Bro, we don't even have to get into that. I'm just all right. I feel like it's the answer to that question is yes, but the levels vary because there's, as long as there's that person that you really only want to do that with, there's obviously that emotional draw there. And, some days as a man coming home from work, having a really tough day in the office, coming home and being welcomed, in that sense could really go a long way for a lot of men out there, especially for men who might, like, love languages are a thing, right? I read the book. I read Gary's book of 5 love languages or whatever, and there are, a lot of men would probably gravitate towards the physical touch aspect of that. So
a lot of men, yeah.
So I do think that, and there's an emotional service. There's emotional service in that act from a loving spouse who's willing to, damn, dude, like, yeah, I can help him out right here before dinner, or whatever. Like,
Whatever it may be. I get what you're saying.
But that shouldn't be not to say that should be expected, but in that instance, that's less like passion and emotion between the two, but that's emotional service
Exactly.
on behalf of
I
the
get you.
spouse.
That's deep. I like that.
I like it.
What about you?
I mean, mine's always going to be emotional with you.
No.
I mean, it's really hard.
And that's
hard.
the right.
Well, it's not even. It's not even. It's really hard because like how Ben said that it really depends, because no matter what, we've created this bond to where we are emotionally tied. Like, I'm emotionally married to you. Like, I'm endowed to you till death do us part. That's the vows, right?
Like, blink twice if you need help.
Right. So like, obviously I'm emotionally tied to you, but like, I guess it depends, I mean, sometimes it may not be as emotionally attached. Like, I'm still like, I'm still connected
There's
to you
emotion
emotionally.
still there, but
There's,
sometimes
there's
not always.
There's
Well,
always gonna be.
we're humans, and sometimes that sex is a part of one of the most primal parts of human evolution and mankind in history. Like on getting away from the spiritual side of things, but like back when cavemen were running around, they were hunting, eating, screwing, and sleeping, and then that was we've evolved into that, and so I think and there's also a lot of mental and emotional benefits that stem from post-sex. That, like, sex is a part of,
our life,
and
yeah.
it's healthy.
Yeah.
So
And I think for
it's
men, sex is different than for women because, like, I believe, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe men think about sex a lot more than women think about sex, but
I used to believe that, but here lately, listen, dog, I used to believe that. Here lately, no, dude, I'm not out here reading smut. I ain't out here on my Kindle. I ain't out here sweating in my jammies, dog. No. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I might have been right there with you, and then I started figuring out, wait a minute, women are actually reading this stuff? Like, Dakota, hey, lights out?
Yeah.
That's a wild story.
They dogs too, man.
That's wild. I mean, hey, look, we just got on this subject about music. Look, Taylor Swift wrote a song about Travis Kelce's Wood. I mean,
whoa. See, I could have gone my whole life without.
you knew that
knowing
last episode. Come on, man.
I love the smut reference right there.
Honestly, I don't know.
I think women are evolving. I said that wrong.
It's definitely
honestly,
become
but
more
here's
part
the-
of popular culture.
But here's the crazy part, though. Is smut, and this is my question, is smut necessarily like helping relationships, or is it ruining relationships?
I feel like it's helping.
Do you think
in
so?
My relationship, anyways. But then again, I feel like it also gives an unrealistic.
It could.
So what is
expectation.
the difference? And here's my question. Here's my question that I'm gonna put out there, and this is probably gonna get posted because, hey, this is hard, right? So what is the difference between a woman reading smut?
I knew this was gonna be
just
asked.
because you're reading smut, than a man watching porn. What
Okay.
is the difference? Is it because he can physically see it? So but if a man was reading smut and it was something pretty
Couldn't you
vigorous
see it in your head?
If you're still envisioning that, is that not
Yeah,
the,
see?
is that not
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing? So really
Okay.
vigorously, like just because I can see it, does that mean that it's wrong, or is it okay if I go read a smut book, but it has to be like my type of smut, not your type of smut?
Okay, so let me answer that as a woman, but I can't answer for all women. I can only answer for me and my relationship.
Right.
I've never had a problem with porn. Like, I've never, like, to my spouse, been like, you are not allowed to watch porn. Like, but
Right.
I know from other women perspectives that
They classify it as cheating, or
that women do not like that
right.
because they tend to, like, compare themselves to those women. So, like, for instance, like if we're gonna get deep, we're gonna get deep. Okay, Ben, if you watch all blonde-haired, blue-eyed women, and your wife or girlfriend was not blonde-haired, blue-eyed, some women see that as, oh, he fantasizes about this. I'm not calling you out. I'm just using you as an example. But like, the women see it as, oh, does he really want a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman?
Yeah.
Why is he with me if everything he is watching sexually is tied to a certain niche? And typically, men have their niches when it comes to porn. And I believe women do too. Like, I do believe that it goes both ways, because women do not, I know there's women out there. I mean, I've personally talked to women that also watch porn. So like, I feel like it's a very based on your relationship type conversation. But in my relationship specifically, like, I've never looked at you and said
no, yeah,
you're not allowed to watch that. Honestly, I don't even want to know what you watch.
I just wanted to play devil's advocate, because I know out there somebody's thinking it.
I do see that. I see how it could be portrayed, because there's porn, but there's also, like, long before smut was a thing, like, there is websites dedicated to porn stories, like, where you literally read
stories
about porn. Back in the olden days, back when I found things of my grandfather's that I shouldn't have, there was whole books wrote about, like, not smut, but like 100% porn books. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I feel like it goes both ways, but
look at Ben over here. Ben's over here just like,
Ben's like, I don't want to get in this, but I mean,
I just wanted to play devil's advocate, because I mean, you knew where it was going. So,
I do believe, I see your point wholeheartedly.
Right.
But I think it depends on your relationship.
Yeah.
And how secure you are in your relationship.
And being open and talking during your relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, I believe that smut has made our relationship stronger as a couple. And Ben, I don't know if you can weigh in on this, but nowadays, now that smut is a big thing, like, I feel like women are more open to doing things that 5 years ago they would have never done.
Do you think that that's really more in response to smut being more popular / readily available? Or do you think that's more in response to the amount of shaking that most popular women in, like, pop culture propagate towards younger women? You know what I'm saying? Like before Cardi B was a thing, right? Like, how many women were proud to be doing
it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know, I think that those two things are coincide with each other over time.
I think times have changed. Yeah,
that's
and things have evolved. I believe from a woman's standpoint, and everybody has different standpoints, so nobody come for me for this, but like, when women read these books, depending on who they are in their relationship, they fantasize about things that seem unrealistic, untouchable. And I think that's what makes it interesting. Like, I mean, in Lights Out, he literally is like, you know, doing it, and he's stabbing a mattress around her as they're like doing it. In this book.
If someone were to do that in real life, you guys would your pants. Because, dude, I'll don't get me started.
Like,
I'll get that Bowie knife, dog. I'll mask up. I got a ski mask drawer. Don't.
In the end, you got a ski mask drawer. Jesus Christ. In the end, like, he's literally, it's a hunt for her. Like, and I've not read very many smut books, but Lights Out was one of my favorites. And like, he literally is chasing her through the woods to get her, like, to do things to her. Like, I mean, full blown, like, Hunger Games type.
Women are weird, because like, when I'm chilling,
like, why do we want that?
When I sit down and I'm chilling and I put something on, it'll be like Happy Gilmore or Eastbound and Down. You know what I'm saying? Women watch like NCIS, like and the true crime, and what's the one, Law and Order SVU, where it's like, this dude raped 7 children, and you know, it's like, holy shit, dude, it's 3:00 on a Tuesday. You know, but all right, yeah.
But I don't know. I do believe
women are different.
It makes it untouchable. But I feel like it's helped my relationship, because I was very insecure in those ways for a long time. And then you find these books, and then you're like, damn, people are doing much worse than I am. So like, let's just.
And it does. There is a healthy line, and ultimately, I will say, it goes back to respect in your relationship, because I mean, just in the verbiage that you just used, it's literally over the top, almost unattainable, unrealistic. So, comparatively, if maybe maybe your male partner isn't so confident in his realistic abilities, and I could see some insecurities stemming from like
I can't be that person.
Like I'm not
you.
stabbing the mattress right now. You know what I mean? Like
but I think that's kind of
it ultimately comes back to your relationship and your respect for each other.
I just think that's kind of crazy.
Hold on, a women question that pings off of what you just said. Okay, so not the mattress stabbing thing, but like say that you're because that's I don't even get that far, but like. Say that your woman wanted you to do something out of a book or reenact something out of a book that is somewhat attainable, maybe a tad crazy, but like somewhat attainable. And you're like, absolutely not. But like you turn around and be like, hey, you want to do anal? Like,
well, you gotta
bleep that out.
Why are you instantly like, why are you so absolutely not? Like why?
Yeah,
why?
But like that's what I mean.
You have to take a look at that.
So in a woman's perspective, like when a man's like, I want to do anal, like there is some women that like that, but there's some women that only do it because their spouse or their husband or their partner wants that. So then how is it different on the flip side of when I'm like, oh, I want you to do this, and you're like, oh no, that's weird, and I'm like, well, sticking in my butt's weird. But like, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm going with that?
I hope my mom ain't listening to this no more.
This is just.
I hope we done lost her, bro. I'm sorry, mama. But no,
but like, do you see
it.
my perspective? Like sometimes we only do things in our relationship because we care about that other person,
and that's what it's going back to.
Yes,
I think as long as you're emotionally there and you're able to talk to your partner and express your desires, like expressing that and opening up. I think that's a big part.
And
once again, in the relationship, you have to have that conversation. You have to. Like, there's no way that you can go about it and be like, oh, hey, I'm going to read this and I really want this to happen, but I'm not going to tell my husband. But then when I find out that my husband's doing this and my husband asks for this, just because he's willing to ask for it or he's open to asking for it, doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. You just have to be able to ask for what you want.
Open up and ask. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I respect that. I respect that.
We're there with you.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay, let's move on.
I think we said enough butt stuff in this video.
Do men talk to their friends about their sex life the way that women think that they do?
That depends on how y'all think we do.
So I think like that y'all call each other and be like, "Yo, what happened last night?" And then they
definitely.
go into like every detail about like what it is.
It's not. It's not.
I mean, you have to understand, and that's something that also evolves with maturity.
I think the younger you are, yes, you're right. The younger you are, the more you're going to be talking about it.
I think that evolves with
because
maturity.
then it's kind of more of like a bragging thing at that point when you're younger.
It's like, I got this.
It's disrespectful to the act and what just happened. But I mean, as you grow in that relation, as you grow as a person, you really understand like what's the gravity of what's really happening and how serious it is. I think it's more respectful to withhold as much as possible. Like, and we are men. I would be lying if I were to sit here and say that I
agree with you and I don't agree with you on this.
I think I'd be lying if I were to sit here and say that I haven't called your husband and just probably if we probably could I probably could have inspired a smut book, from the shit that I've told your husband, okay? But that was really and I'm trying to articulate this carefully because that's not a detriment or disrespect.
It's passion. It changes.
It's not a bragging thing anymore. It's more of.
And very rarely does that happen.
This is what I've experienced internally, not necessarily the act.
Well, the whole thing changes because like when you're younger and you're hanging out with your boys and you're talking about like this, it is more of like, oh, hey, I just did this and I'm bragging, right? But now as you're older, it's kind of like, hey, man, I'm emotionally attached to this person and I enjoy their presence and I want to tell you, like, I feel like men obviously have to have that ability to be able to talk about it because you don't.
Well, sometimes it's just. I mean, sometimes it's just funny.
Yeah, sometimes it's funny, but really, in deep down, no matter what you say, it's kind of like, wait a minute, either my wife or your wife or your girlfriend, whoever it is, was like willing to do this, and you tell your friend, and you're like, wait a minute, hey,
well, see,
it doesn't make me anything that Ben's ever told me. Trust me, I've heard a lot of crazy stories, not just from Ben, but from other people, and they're just like, hey, I've tried this and I've done this. Doesn't make me go out and say, man, I really wish my wife would do that. So I don't want anybody thinking that. Men, right. I promise you, I do not think that way. I don't know if other men do, but I'm not one of those that Ben could tell me any story. Ben could tell me that he went skydiving and got a freaking
Don't say it.
whatever in the sky and had a great time, and I'm gonna be like, oh man, that's awesome. Hey, I'm proud of you. It's not like, dang, I really wish my wife would do that. I'm not sitting
Why
around
is
thinking
my wife not on that level?
it's not that deep.
And
It's
I think
nowhere
we've
near
had
that
those
deep.
conversations.
Yeah.
We've had the conversations of like expectations in women, and like I think that's why women. I feel like that's why that question popped up, is because not me per se in my relationship, but I think a lot of women wonder if men compare sexual encounters.
I do not.
Like,
What do you mean?
like
Like,
compare
if
as
you-
in like.
If you were to tell me you were going skydiving and you did something, that's what she's talking about.
And
Like,
then Dakota was like, "Oh, damn, my wife don't do that kind of like that kind of comparison." And then it makes the woman internally be like, "Damn, every time such and such calls him, it's like his wife is doing all of these things, and I'm not at that level yet with myself internally." Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
do you get that? Do you get those feelings? Like, if I was to tell you like a crazy story, you're just like, man, I wish my girlfriend would do that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think about
See,
that.
but that's what
I'm just
women
over here
wanna-
like, I'm just over here thinking like, hey man, that's great. I'm glad you had a freaking great time.
I'm like, yeah, happy for you, bud. Like, good for you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
over
bet
here-
you slept good. Bet you got a good start to your day, right?
I'm
that's-
truly happy for you. Not like,
Yeah.
I'm not over here saying, oh man, I'm living this horrible life, because that's definitely not even crossed my mind. Like, not even close to cross my mind, which is wild.
All right. What is a sexual insecurity that men carry that women tend to overlook?
I've recently, within the last 2-3 years or so, I have gotten over this insecurity. This is speaking from a personal space. I was a chubby child. I was a chubby kid in elementary school, middle school, and in high school. I kind of leaned into that through football, right? I mean, I got up to 260 pounds intentfully, like, on purpose.
Yeah.
So for me, the body dysmorphia thing, the unrealistic expectation, and in America cinema specifically, like it's still prevalent in like European films and like, Indian culture and whatnot.
But it's really pushed here. a lot.
From every male action figure on TV that you see or in the movies, they're all ripped, jacked, handsome.
You never see
perfect
dad
tits.
bod.
Like, look at Thor, right? You know what I mean? Like, and Arnold was one of like the biggest influences. I mean, I think probably there's not, I couldn't put a number on the amount of young men that have been influenced in that way.
Yeah.
And thinking that way, just as the same way as young women feel. I mean, there are 14, 15-year-old girls out here thinking that they need breast implants, and boob jobs, and
'Cause
women
you
aren't
don't
happy.
look like the
Right,
screen.
right. So for
Yeah.
me personally, like for 20 years, I kind of laugh about it now. I really struggled with that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, and for the longest time, I did have girlfriends. I've always been more of a girlfriend guy. Like, there was a period of my life where, like, I was not, but I always leaned into that for that security, because okay, she obviously likes me enough, even though I'm not chiseled and ripped, but she still likes me, so there's security there. You know what I mean? And so when I got past that, it wasn't really until like I got past, and when I mean got past that, when I did it, it wasn't really until like I achieved like Adonis carved, skin lean, ripped, smut, whatever, right? Like I achieved that, and then nothing really changed. Like
Yeah.
Because it never really mattered.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to you, it was
yeah,
your
that was
entire,
all. That was all
yes.
that I could see was like, no women's gonna love me. Like, like seriously, like, and
Yeah.
so a big part of that insecurity, and then you mature, and the older you get, I think that does become less important to women, just from what I've perceived. Because I mean, you ever be somewhere and you're like, damn, there ain't like she is with him, and that might, like, and that reflects more on your issues than what they have going on.
Like one person's
Yeah.
out of the other's
Yeah.
league.
That was something that I struggled with up until recently, and now it's kind of funny. I kind of joke because I didn't know I had as many options as I do. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
That one's gonna get me in trouble. I guarantee.
That's going to get you.
That
Yeah,
was good
you're
for
going to be in
me.
the doghouse on that one.
Yeah, I got a mullet now.
Yeah.
I got mullet. I got a mullet. And
You're
a
rocking
beard
it.
and glasses.
You're on the right path.
You
You're
know,
rocking it.
I will say a woman can smell a man getting his life together, and that's all I'll say about that.
I love that for you. All right, what's your opinion?
I mean, I'm right there with Ben. I'm still struggling with it. So it's nothing crazy, but that's the same thing I'm struggling with currently as of right now. It's
You
not
know-
like it's always been a big thing for me. And well, honestly, it's not been a big thing. I was polar opposite of what Ben was. Ben was like, he was chubby, he was bigger, right? I was not.
No, dude, you had it.
I was always shredded. I was
Yeah.
always big. You know, I lifted a lot of weight, and it was like, oh, hey, I had these. You know, and I always had the abs and everything. And then coming home, you know, from school and doing all of that, and then getting married, having kids, it does a lot to your body. You just
Yeah.
you hang out, trauma. You know, a lot of stuff that I've been through, and you know, everybody already knows it, so I don't want to get into it. But really, it eats away at you. So now it's kind of crazy because I did not develop that. I did not have it, and now like as I've gotten older, I've actually developed body dysmorphia, and I've been living with it for a long time now, for like probably the past 5-6 years.
Do you think that's because we just compare our performance now to what we once used to be? Because I mean, if that is going on, because I did for a long time,
Right.
You know, but that's ridiculous.
I don't think a lot of it is. I think a lot of it's now that I want to be. I think the reason why I struggle with it now is because I want to be fit. Like I want to be. I desire to be fit looking. You know what I mean? I desire to be.
You want your kids to see that.
I want my boys to see that. I want my wife to see that. And it's not that she doesn't think I'm attractive or my kids don't think I'm strong or awesome. It's not even that. It's just something that plays in my mind that, you know, I look back on it, and the last time that I stepped on a scale, and I really don't know how high I was, but we had started lifting. Me and Dustin had started lifting like 3 or 4 years ago. And when I stepped on the scale and we started doing that, I was like 297, 298. And I know looking back at pictures, I was little because Dustin sent me a picture like when we first started 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, whatever it was. I look back at it, and I was big. And then I start looking at pictures before that, I was actually bigger. So I'm over here thinking, God, how big was I? Was I over 315? Was I only 300? What was I, you know? And now constantly I look in the mirror and I walk by, and me and Dakota's had this conversation a million times. So she knows where I'm at with it and why I struggle with it and where I'm struggling at. And no, it's a very hard thing. It's not, I don't think it's because I see people who are chiseled. I don't say, oh, hey, I have to be that big. I have to be this. I don't think it's any of that. I think it's just something in my mind that constantly plays a game.
What was really hard for me is the fact that we want to be this example
And dominant, yes.
You know,
yes.
we want to have the successful business, and we want to be jacked. Like, you know, a big part of
You want it all.
a big part of what I
so
wanted.
hard on, like
You know,
when I tell you like the last couple of weeks have been crazy emotional, it's been a roller coaster for me. Like it's been
Sure,
like
and it will be when you're going through extreme physical,
Well, like-
exercise and deficits on top of all your other
Yeah,
stress and
and
work
like
and
my
what you have to do. It's going to be hard.
my fitness level is like, it's like, okay, I have to really push myself, but not just physically, but emotionally. I have been feeling this too, because like we just bought the business, and it's like I feel like I'm failing. So like I am constantly in a struggle every single day, and that's what me and Dakota talked about last time, and that's why I opened up and said, hey, we just had this conversation, and being able to express my emotions, because like I am physically and emotionally struggling right now in life. And it's not that like I'm crazy depressed or nothing like that. It is just that my body is hitting me every which way. Like I have to be fit. I have to lose this amount of weight. Like I've set this ridiculous freaking goal for myself to lose 27 pounds. And it's not, I mean, it's feasible, but it's really unhealthy, obviously, right? So right now I'm in a crazy fast just to even break my plateau that I was in. And then struggling emotionally with the business. And it's not that our business,
brother.
it's not that our businesses are not doing good, but it's not where I want to be at in life. It's not. I see that my wife wants something, or I see that my kids want something, and it's like I can't.
Christmas is next month, dog.
Yeah, and it's
I
like,
get
and
that.
it's like I can't provide that, and then everything is hitting this month that's like physically there, and it's like I'm just projecting all my emotions towards Dakota and towards the kids, and it's not anger or nothing towards them. It's nothing bad, so please don't get that. It's just all of myself into my mind. So it's it's good to open up, and I'm glad I got to open up and talk to Dakota, so I feel a lot better. You know, she looked at me and said, "Hey, maybe you need to see get a couple sessions with Bethany or whoever."
Yeah.
And I was like, probably, but I don't know. I feel like it's good to talk and get it out there. So yeah, like I'm right there with everybody. It's not that we're not. The whole world's struggling. Dakota's got that to me. The whole world's struggling. People struggling. They're living paycheck to paycheck or whatever they're doing. But really, I just see it and I'm just like, man, I can't. It's hit me. It's hit me hard. So I'm fighting through that right now. I'm fighting that battle while losing weight.
I have been there, and it's in a lot of ways, dude, I'm still there. And I think a lot of men out there are too, especially this time of year. And if I can, I'm trying not to cry right now because that was a really big part of my life for a long time.
Yeah.
And the only thing that got me out of that was actually doing it and achieving it and realizing that walking through that door, jacked, six-pack, whether you can squat 500, all those things that you can do, that doesn't make a to those children, and that doesn't make a to your wife, okay? The people who love you don't need you to do that. And the people who love you understand that sometimes you have to do that for you, because that's the only way that I ever could have realized that is by doing it. And I'm telling you, man, I was watching all the Instagram reels, dude. I was watching these guys talk about the best thing you can do as a man in your life is get jacked, because when you walk in a room, people can tell that you are different. You have discipline, and you know that you're not like other people, and that you can do all these things right. And so you go and you do it. And then it's almost a detriment because people are intimidated by that, because that level of commitment and dedication and excellence, going back to the cost of success that we've talked about, to see someone formulate a plan for their specific goal and actually achieve it is scary to someone who hasn't, who has ran from that for the majority of their life.
That's why a lot of people don't do those things.
Yes. But I think it's really hard too, because
seems
you can't,
unattainable.
but you can't, and that's what's so hard too, is because like you were trying to, you achieve that, and then
it's the pressure.
You were just like, hey, this is a lot of pressure, like, and that's hard. That's definitely hard, and that's where I'm like, hey, man, I don't know if I want to achieve this, but then I'm like, if I don't achieve this in my mind, and I don't achieve this physically and emotionally, then I have failed, and then it's like I'm right there with you. It's like, okay, what are people going to think? But really, I can't sit around and think, oh, hey,
Nobody
people
gives
think, I don't care if they don't care.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, I want to walk by the mirror, and I don't want to see a huge love handle. I don't want to see a big fat. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that.
That's all that matters for you.
Yeah,
and that's all that matters.
Exactly, and that's the hardest part. And it's like,
and that's okay.
Once I get past that, it's like, hey. I'm glad we talked about this, because like you about messed me up too. But hey, man, we can ask the next question. Let's go.
Well, before we ask the next question, I want to address what just happened.
Okay.
I'm proud of you for being vulnerable enough to share that, because I think there's this stigma that men feel like they always have to be perfect, and they always have to have it together, and they always have to be the strong one, and that's not necessarily what it is. Sometimes women genuinely just want their man to admit, hey, I'm struggling, and like the other day, the conversation I had with Dakota, I didn't want that conversation to happen, because you never want the person you love to be hurting. But at the same time, I was like, he trusted me in having this conversation with me and getting this deep with me. Now I need to figure out how to help him. And I feel like, just how you said, you look at the big screens, and that is exactly what makes you like have all these insecurities when it comes to like sexual relationships. I also feel like, same with the gym thing, I feel like you see other people that are more successful, and you're like, oh, I need to be them. I need to achieve that. Their kids have this, but my kids don't. And I don't think that that's a clear line of whatever you want to call it to yearn for. You have strong things.
Rooted in comparison.
Yeah. Like, I feel like women do it too, because women see other women doing big things, and they're like, oh, they must be so happy. And then deep down inside, they're like tearing themselves apart.
Oh, yeah. And this isn't even a knock women.
And
this isn't
no,
even
and I'm not even saying with women, but it's the same with men. Like, men
dude,
I
themselves.
would say that it is. I think it's horrible for men, and men go through it, and like we hold our emotions in, and we don't get to this point to where we're at talking about this, and that's why we struggle a lot of it. Women have that backbone to be able to talk about it, but I mean, really, when you sit down and think about it, I think it's really pushed. Now the gym life and everything is pushed a lot more, and now being on trend and gear and all that is becoming more normal. So more people are opening up about that and achieving their goals in life. But I think that really, when you sit down and look at it, like how you were talking about women, I mean, women struggle with it, if not worse. I mean, if not as much as us, worse than us, because like it's pushed on you guys that you have to have slim waist, thick butts, big boobs, lip filler. You can't have aging skin. So there's a lot more that's, I feel like a lot more that's pressed on you guys as women than men to a certain degree in different aspects, like different parts of like where we have to be at.
But I
Men
think
have
the
to be
difference
big and
is-
dominant. Women have to be slim, thick, and cute. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what people want to push onto them. And once you get past that, it's like, oh no, that's wrong. You know, and
like I've been, like this is probably the heaviest I've been in years as well. And like we had the conversation, like I want to get in the gym, but you know, I just had brain surgery. Like you can only do what you can do, you know? But then at the same time, like I've been small and I didn't feel any different than I am now. So like you just...
I'm not trying to make it weird, bro, but didn't I just say that your wife was looking good?
thanks for
before
saying that on the
you
pod,
know,
guys. Yep, that's staying in here. Good job.
Okay, next question.
There we go. Yay.
Jesus Christ.
You're
this
definitely
is-
gonna be in the doghouse.
This is the
bud.
worst question ever. Do you get jealous easily, like if someone hits on your woman or says something flirtatious?
No.
I used
No,
to.
I'm gonna
I
tell you
used
that
to.
that is a maturity
That's
thing. I think that is a
relative to
big
maturity,
thing. I think that's
relative to
100%. And I think that some people still live in
Insecurity.
insecurity and struggle, and like this is where we come into the new stuff with like we can all revert this back to sex and emotions and having everything. I think it's all comes down to insecurity, and it's a bad thing. Like I know that my wife's hot, like, and I've embraced that, and I'm just like, hey, you know, my wife's good looking. Hey, okay, I'm glad I've got her. She's my wife. I understand. She goes to sleep in bed with me at nighttime, so I'm perfectly fine with people saying it, you know. And I mean,
You know what you bring to the table.
I know what I bring to the table. I know what I'm bringing. I know what I'm slaying. Dragons.
I definitely think that it's relative to maturity and security
Yeah.
within your
Yeah.
relationship and partner for sure.
That's a great answer. I'm so glad you're being, you know.
Okay, when you are hurting, what do you actually need from the people around you?
Support. I mean,
But like,
I don't
support is just a word. like
Bro.
what do you need?
Sometimes I had a rough night last night. Working late. It was a Monday night. Everything that could have gone wrong on a Monday night went wrong. Okay, was a rough night. I didn't need anything. I mean, I was hungry. I shouldn't say that, but
You
like
needed to do
he
that.
needed.
For,
Wait
like,
a minute.
I needed
He
to
needed
homer.
something. He just don't want to say what he needed. He
No,
needed
no, no.
cookout, baby.
Well, hold on. I needed a Homer Simpson for a minute. Okay,
Yeah.
like when I obviously came home, was excited to see her, but like I just needed
It was too much.
I needed a minute, and even then we went and had cookout and had a great evening, and we're laying in, you know, we go to bed, and you know, my partner's a very touchy person,
Mhm.
and I didn't need that.
Yeah. Did
and
you
I-
communicate that?
I did, and I just gently grabbed her hand and said, "Honey, can you just please keep your hand still? Like I don't need to be caressed like right now. I just need to be here for
Yeah.
a minute." Then that's okay.
Yeah, like sometimes that is the truth. Like Dakota is a very touchy partner. I don't like physical touch. A lot of that is trauma. But there's times like that I relate to that where you're just like, I don't want anything. And, you know, sometimes Dakota's the same way. Like he don't want anything. And I think the biggest thing is communicating to your partner if they are doing something that they feel is helping you, but
Right,
it
yeah,
is not
she's
help.
just trying to help.
Like
Yeah.
like deep down, like the woman or the other person is like,
That's all she knows to
I
do.
see the person I love is hurting. Let me do anything I can to help them. Maybe they love me. Maybe I can like love on them and then they will get their mind off of it or
Right.
whatever. But it's not always cut and dry like that. But communicating, hey, I need a minute. This is what I need. Helps us as women be able to be the person you need in that moment.
Yeah. And then as soon as that was, that was communicated and that was picked up on, like, oh, okay, cool. This is how I
Yeah.
can be there
And
for
it's
you.
not, I feel like, and to stick on this for just a second, like sometimes women see it as, oh, I can't be what he needs in
Yeah.
that moment. You know what I mean? And it's a
I've
gut-wrenching.
observed that
Yes, it is a gut-wrenching thing. But I have had to learn
it's not
that
a
it's
detriment
not
to you.
me.
Yeah.
And that I can't fix everything. And I am the type of person, I'm a fixer. Like you thirsty? I'm gonna go get you a drink. You hungry? I'm gonna go make you some food. Like that is my love language, you know. And some people have multiple love languages, and I think women read into things a little bit deeper than they should be read into sometimes. And I fall victim of that every single day, because you can ask Dakota, we have conversations where I'm like, did I do something? Like, I'll literally be like, yo, what did I do? Like, please tell me what I did. And it's not even about me.
Right.
And,
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's hard for women. And having the conversation we had the other day, I've had to learn, like, sometimes you need to step back, and sometimes you can't be the solution.
And that's okay.
And
Well, it's
that's
not that
okay.
you're, it's not nothing against you.
No,
It's
and that's
not-
what I'm
it's
saying.
nothing
Like,
against the
sometimes
emotion.
it's not
Yeah.
about me.
It's
You
just
know,
the way
it's
that
about
it's the way that we process
person.
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
way that some people process, and some people go about it. You know, some people don't want to come in and just tell you, "Hey, man, I feel like I failed, or I had these problems," and then they just need a minute to breathe, and then they'll eventually open up and talk to you. You know, like they'll get to that point.
Sometimes, bro, you can't. Sometimes a man just needs a Cajun chicken sandwich tray with 2 quesadillas and a cheer
Yeah.
whistle, baby. You know, you
Yeah.
can't. You taste. I'm sure you taste
Now I
great,
want
but you don't
cookout.
taste like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
then you got to have some people that are just like, "Hey, man, I want to walk on a treadmill all day for my workout," and then I'm just like, and then they're just like, "No, you're not doing that. You're going to go hit back and buys,
you got
baby.
a good friend. You
You're
got a
gonna
good
hit
friend.
back and
He's like,
buys,
come on, let's
baby.
go do something.
We ain't walking on a
Let's
treadmill
almost
all
throw
day."
up. Next quizzy.
Okay. What is a mistake that you made in a past relationship that you have learned from?
Not prioritizing time with my partner,
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you for that.
and that can
And you
look-
are doing really. I mean, I'm gonna.
I'm very proud of you.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Like-
recommend you.
We've
You know,
had this
that's
conversation
like,
too. Like, you're doing
doing
really
great.
good.
I can not and that can look a lot of ways. Not
Oh, it can.
not
You could be there without being there.
and it's not even so much in the selfish way of, like, for me, I was prioritizing my
Your family.
gym. I was prioritizing my gym.
Oh, yeah.
My gym, and working out and waking up at early in the morning and leaving, my partner to deal with 2 children under 3 till like 6 or 7 in the morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you can look at that a couple of ways, but that was how I was choosing myself. Okay. And I felt like I needed to do that for multiple reasons. Like, that was how I could be the best version of me in order to reciprocate what they needed throughout the rest of the day, but still came at a cost. And that was also still tied to everything that we were talking about a few minutes ago.
Right.
So there's a lot there, but also work. I work a lot. I work a lot. And it's funny. It's a TikTok sound, but I think everyone's heard it. You can babysit a broke or you can tolerate a busy one, and I'm a busy son of a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny because, like, I do work a lot, and Mac Miller once said that he was the hardest working person in the universe, and so sometimes, like, I'll quote that lyric, and I work and I work and I work and I work, and sometimes, not that I don't have to work, because I feel like I do in order to provide not only for my children, but the type of lifestyle in my relationship that I want. Like, nice dinners are not necessarily always
not
cheap.
cheap.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They come at a cost, and that's part of the balance that you have to navigate goes back to the cost of success. But, like, not prioritizing my partner in multiple different ways is something that I have definitely learned from as
proud of you.
a person.
Proud
How
of
about
you.
yourself?
You got better. You're doing great. I feel like.
Well,
you
you said we might record 2 today, and I was like, no, we'll probably only do 1 because I have a limited amount of time to see my partner today.
Yeah.
So
What time do you have to leave?
I just don't have time to do 2.
He's just trying to figure it out.
I just want to make sure.
Mine's
almost done.
No rush. Like, this is great.
Mine's more emotional, being emotionally available, and like opening up and talking. I've never been that way, and I've always held my feelings in, and I'm getting used to that. Trying to talk and navigate like my feelings, and
I'm
trying
proud
to
of you for
navigate
that.
like expressing my emotions to you and to my children.
You
And
can't fix what you don't know.
yeah, you're exactly right. Like you can't look.
And
You
sometimes-
can't read my mind. I can't read yours. So if I don't know something's broke, we can't fix it.
Well, and internally too, sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
Which
And
goes-
so, like, I feel like that's where I've struggled, and I think that's a big thing that I've been trying to take into
consideration and try to be the better person, be a better person, be a better man to a husband, to my wife, and
You're great. Just know that.
What else we got?
What is a way that you have hurt someone you loved without meaning to?
I'm going to revert back to the last question.
Same.
showing
Not enough time.
Prioritizing myself, or not even so much myself, but like the vision
that you had.
Vision. Prioritizing like the vision and kind of getting lost up in that. Because I mean, a lot of it doesn't necessarily have to be entrepreneurship, but like that's a great example that I think a lot of people can relate to is whether it be a podcast or a t-shirt, screen printing business, a cleaning business, whatever. Whenever you start anything, right? Or you can use entrepreneurship, you can use your fitness goals, you can use like music if you want to. Take any of these big things that we like to talk about and use them as an example. Whenever you become driven and obsessed with a goal, and you really commit to it and you pour everything that you have into that, sometimes there's not enough left to pour into the people around you.
Yeah.
And so especially when the other person, when you haven't communicated that, or maybe you have and the other one, your partner may not necessarily believe in that vision or that dream the way that you do, or maybe they do, it's just taking a different toll on them, without communicating that and without knowing that, and just kind of showing up every day and this is going on and you're not being heard. That hurts. Like that hurts as your partner, like that's like, oh, okay. And that also ties back to making sure that, people are appreciated for what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. What about you?
What was the question again? Sorry, I'm getting tied up. Listen,
You're
I'm getting deep over here, and I'm enjoying it.
What's a way that you've hurt someone you loved without meaning to?
I mean, same thing. Back to the same question. Not being emotionally available to you. I think that's a big struggle that me and you've had. Not we struggle or nothing.
It can be hurtful,
but
when you don't understand it. Like,
it can be hurtful to
struggling.
you, and I know you as. Like your love language is trying to fix it. Like your love language is trying to help me feel better, help make me better somehow, some way. Whether like you said, whether I'm thirsty, you want to get me a drink. Whether I'm hungry, you want to get me food. Whatever that may be. And you're like, and me and you've communicated this, and I've told you that like I am emotionally struggling with being in the gym. Without being in the gym, like, hey, babe, I'm needing this. I'm needing to go to the gym, and you're there with me, and I'm glad that I've expressed that to you because you're like, hey, go, you need to go to the gym. Go to the gym. Like,
or forcing you to go.
When was it? Thursday? I think Thursday or Wednesday. We went and shot
it was Wednesday.
Wednesday, we went and shot in Virginia, so we were it's like an hour and 10 minutes away from here, and then we got home, and I go to the gym after I drop Everett off at school, so it's like drop Everett off at school, go to the gym. Hit the gym hard, come home, work. Do whatever we got to do. And then we didn't do that Wednesday. Wednesday it was drop Everett off to school.
To work.
Yeah, it was drop Everett off at school, go straight to the gym. Go straight to work.
Yeah.
So then you're like, Dakota, you need to go.
And
like
you didn't want to go. You was like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to skip today. But you had expressed to me,
Yeah, and I was like,
I
hey,
need this. This is
yeah.
what's helping me. And I basically forced you out of the house because you kept coming into every little excuse you could find not to go. You
Because
was like,
I had
well,
to-
I have to work.
yeah.
I have to do this. And I'm like, Dakota, shut the fuck up. Go.
Yeah, and
Like,
I think that's
leave.
a good thing. I think that's what's affected past relationships or hurt us in the beginning when we were just starting out in a relationship and just dating, or when we first got married, and me not expressing that emotionally
get
to
deep
you.
enough.
Yeah, we didn't get deep enough in me to tell you, hey, this is what's going on with me. I'm physically needing this, physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever it may be. I need this.
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, okay, go. Like, you need to go. And so I think that's a big thing.
That's a strong thing in relationships in general is women may not have, like, I don't say, oh, I need the gym or I need this. I've never told you that I need a certain thing,
Right.
But like, we have communicated on a deep enough level that like, when I need something.
Yeah.
It may not be something specific, the same thing every day. Like, I had a rough day the other day. I came home to gifts from you and the boys. That is something that like, it is the
Aw,
same thing.
Air horn.
Me making you go to the gym. Bonus points.
But really, it's
Me making you go to the gym. Your body and your emotional well-being needed that
Yeah.
as much as I came home and the first thing you said is like, now you're making me cry.
I didn't do it, man.
You was like, if nobody else cares about you, your kids care about you.
yeah. You're right. And
It's your fault.
That's
we'll,
tough.
we'll
That's
redirect,
tough,
we'll
bro.
redirect
That's
back to
hard.
Ben because like
Yeah.
I want him to know too because like it is emotional. It's very emotional because I want you to know that I don't know. We've talked about this a lot. Damn guys, we've talked about this a lot too. And you did not fail. You know, I don't want you to think that you failed and you say that I failed as a father or as a man, and you have not. You were going through something mentally and emotionally and physically as well. And just because you prioritize certain things and you've gotten better about that, you are working towards that, and that's a great thing. But I also want to touch on this too, because like you did not fail because you went to the gym in the mornings. You did not fail as a father. You did not fail as a man because you prioritized yourself. Because you have to sometimes. Because like, what would have happened if you didn't do that, Ben? What would have happened if your kids come home and found something wrong with you? What if you would have done something that you regretted? You know, and I think that's a big problem that men struggle with, and anybody struggles with, because it's a big thing that like if you don't do that, what would have happened? You know, and I feel like you prioritizing yourself and you doing that, and that's why I touch back on that is because you needed that. You needed that in that time in this place, and if you did not prioritize that and you did not do that, you may not be here with us today. You know, God, this is just a crying episode, guys.
And I think,
and that's the same thing for you, is because like, and going back to, you know, the whole kid thing, and that's a big thing because like you have dealt with something, you've dealt with something life changing. You've truly dealt with something life changing, going from working a lot, Dakota. You've worked all the time, like you never stopped working, and then for you to go and not be able to, and it's not that you didn't want to. You
it
physically
makes you feel like you failed.
Yeah, you physically and mentally cannot do it. Like your doctor told you, hey, Dakota, you need to step back from something and figure out what you're going to do, or you're going to make it worse. And that's exactly what came out, you know, and you had to step back from that. So it's a hard struggle to figure that out. And then you having to go and work and then go back into that. And it's really hard on you, but you have those priorities. And so that's why I wanted you to know that you're appreciated and your boys love you.
Yay, air horn. Yay.
All right.
Next
Okay.
Quizzy.
We're getting emotional, guys.
Whatever happened to Quiznos,
We're
bro?
all-
Whatever happened to Quiznos?
It's still around.
It's
Oh,
still around?
Quiznos?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about Quiznos. I thought she said.
Quiznos subs.
Yeah.
I thought he said quiz.
I'm
I thought
sure
you
they're
said like
bankrupt.
Quizits or something like that.
No,
little game.
Quiznos, bro.
You think there's the thing?
I
We
think
used to
it's
have
still-
some. but
We used to
we
have a
don't.
Quiznos, yeah, bro. Next Quizzy.
How often do you pretend that you're okay when you're not?
Damn. Part of me wants to say every day, but like I don't know how much of that
Dark
is a
humor.
farce. I don't know how much of that is funny.
On a serious note.
I would probably say on a good bit, like more often than not, for
Why?
sure.
It's a hard question.
I have to. Like
You feel like you
I
have to.
people that bro, I have people that really
I didn't. These were
look
not
up
my
to
intentions.
me. I have people that look up to me, and regardless of whatever storm
You're
that
facing.
daddy's going through, they don't deserve to get wet.
Yeah, I respect that.
You know, so it's like,
But I think also there's a fine line of protecting your kids, but also letting them know that storms happen, because one day they're not going to be kids anymore, and you're not going to be able to protect them their entire life. But showing your children how strong that their father is through it all. Like, and I mean, you faced some things that like I couldn't even imagine. Like, I mean, I've faced different traumas, and all traumas are different, but I really feel like you have faced some really, really dark things in the past couple of years. And I mean, just looking from the outside in, you know, like we don't talk, but like I just hear conversations and like I see you periodically. Your kids know how strong you are and your kids love you so much. But I think they also need to know how much you do to protect them from that in the same sense. Like they don't all, the world makes umbrellas and raincoats for a reason. Like, and you need to remember that you don't always have to be put together for them. I'm not saying break down every day. I'm not saying break down every week, but I think you're holding yourself to too high of an expectation. And I think that's part of the problem. Respectfully. But I do believe that everything that you're going through is valid, and not wanting your kids to feel the pain that you feel is 100% valid. I don't want my kids to ever feel pain, ever. Like even just falling down and, oh man, that hurt. I don't want them to feel that. But realistically, they learn from those things. And it helps build them as tiny humans that are being built by you. You know?
True.
You're right.
True.
True. Appreciate you.
All right, what's yours?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question.
Next quizzy.
Whatever.
Nah, mine's really, I mean, honestly, more often than not, like same thing as Ben, really. I mean, more than I probably should. I mean, I'm gotten way better about opening up and talking to you and stuff, so it's really been good. But it's you know, it's there. It's obviously there. It's going to be there. I think it just depends on what I'm going through. But I've honestly, I kind of feel good right now to be able to like talk to you guys and express this. So it's been really good. I mean, it's more often than not. That's a good question. I mean, it's a good answer.
All right, last question. What is something you're jealous of in other men?
I'm not. That question really just revealed to me a lot about myself. I don't really find myself jealous of many men or women, honestly. Because
It's okay.
I am extremely blessed. But the human in me,
Yeah.
like my soul heard that question, my spirit heard that question, and was relieved because the answer was I'm not. Like, I
Yeah.
don't. Like, I have people who love me. I have great friends. I have good health. You know, like I have work to do. I have everything I need to do what I do. And my spirit heard that question and said, nothing. But my human nature immediately thought of the big house and the nice car, the Disney World, the Rolex, like all of the material things that maybe a successful businessman, maybe someone of affluency, the life that they would be able to give their children. I'm jealous of that. And not jealous in the sense that they didn't deserve it or they didn't earn it, you know, not jealous in the sense that I don't even have it. Almost like a motivating sense, like my children deserve that too.
Yeah.
Like, and I want a nice house.
Yeah.
And the duality between my spirit and my flesh in that specific instance really is almost excruciating because you pride yourself on counting your blessings. Like, I'm not jealous.
Yeah.
But I see people who have achieved what I hope to achieve. And it's almost like impatience. It's almost a burning
Like,
impatience.
when is it going to be
like
my turn?
jealous.
When is it going to be my turn?
So,
Looking back on what you said earlier about how, like, at one point you was going to the gym constantly because you wanted to achieve this look of, I want to be ripped.
That was
I
part
want
of
to do
it.
this. And then you get to that point and you're like, damn, it's the same exact feeling. I just want you to know that having everything, you're still going to have the same feeling. And that doesn't invalidate what you just said because everybody always yearns for more. everything that people have, it's like, oh, well, I wish I had this. Dakota just said a minute ago, there's things I want to give my wife. I have a really unrealistic car that I want. And in his mind, he's like, I have to achieve this. And
That's
I'm
cool.
like,
That's a goal, yeah.
most Americans cannot achieve this. Like, I basically had to tell him, like, this is unrealistic right now. Like,
Challenge accepted.
Exactly. But
You're right.
men don't always have to see everything as a challenge. And Ben, you have made big strides in your life in the past little bit. And it's hard because everybody's like, oh, you see other people doing things. And it's not that you're jealous of what they do or who they are. Like you said, you want to take your kids to Disney World. You want to have a nice house, or a big house. You want to have nice cars. You want to have all these things. But those things don't always fix everything too. And sometimes those things come at a cost that take from the real reason why you're doing what you're doing. You know, I've worked more of my life than I want to admit. And I have poured myself into my work to the point where I didn't see anybody around me.
Yeah.
You know, like my kids weren't, I want to think that they were a priority, you know, because in my mind,
You were doing it for them, yeah.
yes, if I don't continue working, I'm going to let them down. When in reality, they just needed me, you know? And that's what I want you to think in this standpoint is like, sure, having all these things are nice, but they also come at a price. And I've learned in the past couple of weeks where I've had to slow down and be like, not really having much to do. I'm like, why did I kill myself? Because all my kids wanted and all my husband wanted was me, you know? Yeah. So those things are nice to work towards. And I'm not saying that it's always a bad price, but like your kids don't see it the same way that you see it.
What frustrates me is that I heard every word that you just said, and I know it's true.
But
you can't help it.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with him. It's the same things that
Like,
one of the biggest conversations, that big day that we talked about everything, was he had all these things that he wanted. And he was like, well, I'm not there yet because I don't have this and I don't have this and I don't have this. And I basically yelled at him and was like, Dakota, like, this is not attainable right now at all. We need you, you know, like we need your presence is what your children need, is what I need right now. I don't need you to go out and get 5 jobs and never be home just so I can have a car that I unrealistically want. I don't need that. I don't need you to go kill yourself working so that I could go to Disney this year or that we can go on a vacation. I was like, hell, sell the camper. Like, I don't care. Like, all I want, it's opened my eyes in the past couple of weeks of, I just want to be here.
You know,
And I just want to be present. And it's hard to detach yourself from that. Because I told him that, and I'm sure as hell positive he didn't hear any of what I said that day either.
It's hard because like y'all jokers are like y'all emotional.
listen, bro.
I've got this out.
This was not my intention.
I know.
All.
No,
Like,
it was
I
great.
got this,
Okay.
and like I've cried, and it's so hard because like I feel like a piece of crap because I'm not crying with you guys on a lot of this, but it's really hard because like I'm right there with you, and I'm one of those that's like working on my emotions, and I don't cry a whole lot, but when I do cry, I cry, right? But yeah, I mean, I'm right there with Ben. Like, it's kind of crazy
It's
because
hard.
no matter what you say or no matter how you tell me that, it's like, oh, wait a minute, challenge accepted, right? Yeah,
And
that's
it's almost
what
like
it is. It's like it's not that I feel like I don't know. It's not that I feel like I'm a failure. Well, I do feel like that. It's not. I don't know how I feel. It's really just weird. It's just a weird feeling, and I'm glad that we're talking about it. I'm glad that we've opened up, and obviously talking about it is going to help. But it's one of those things. It's pretty hard to listen to because it's weird because I tell people all the time, like, are you rich? Like they're like, oh, are you rich? No, I'm not rich, but really, yes, I am.
Right.
And how are you rich? How do you? Oh, you have all this. You have all fancy cars. You have a huge house. No, but I have a house. I have a car. I have my family.
My kids are
I have my kids. My kids have a house. They're dressed. Like I get to take them places every once in a while. Like I get to see that. And so yes, I'm truly, like you said, you have people who care about you, and that's where I'm at with. Am I jealous? No, I'm not jealous because I have a lot of things that other men or other people can't say that they have, right? I don't yearn for a whole lot of things, but then that, like Ben said, that human side of you to where you say, hey, what do I feel is, yes, I am jealous because I can't give you that car. I can't give you that Disney trip. We can't go do this. We can't go buy this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one of those things that's materialistic, but it plays in your mind like, what could I do to improve my kid's livelihood or my wife's livelihood? And it's not even mine. Like I'm the weirdest type of person. I do not buy stuff for myself. And you know this. You know, I don't buy crap for myself. I hardly ever break down and say, hey, I really want this for myself. And I buy it. No, that's hardly ever. But the moment that my kid comes in and says, hey, Dad, I want a piece of gum or I want a pack of gum. Okay, let's go get it. Or, you know, I want a Nerf gun or I want this or I want to go here. Like Elliot's been begging to go back to Jellystone, and it's like I want to go here, Dad.
The starfish.
Yeah, or see Sandy the starfish at Ocean Lakes, and it's like, okay, we're gonna have to work for this. Yes, son, I'm gonna give this to you. We're going to figure this out. And so now it's like Ben said, it's like a challenge that you hear in your head, and no matter how many times you tell somebody, I think it's those demons that are constantly telling you, hey, you can't do this, or you need to do this, you need to live this way, you need to do that.
But do you want to know how simple children are?
Oh, like, very simple. I can give my kid a box, and my kid has built a fort out of box, and that is his entire world.
Okay, so a lot of what drives both of you are your children, and you're like, I want to give them these things. I asked Everett what he wanted for Christmas the other day, and he gave me a few things he wanted for Christmas, like 4 or 5 things. And one of those things was he wanted a pack of gum.
Yes, he did.
And you know why he wanted a pack of gum? Because his daddy picks him up from school every single day. And on the glove, like, what do you call that thing? The armrest between the console, console, whatever. Dakota puts a piece of gum on that console every single day. And then when he rolls up to pick Everett up from school, Everett gets in the truck, and the first thing he sees is that gum. And he's like, oh, was this for me? The other day, I had to pick Everett up, and that's very odd. Dakota picks him up. Gum? No. Dakota went to the truck and put a piece of gum on that console before I got in the truck and went and got him from school.
That's cool, yeah.
And when I went and picked him up, the minute he got in the truck, he was disappointed that I picked him up. And then he looked down. He said, my daddy left me a piece of gum.
That's pimp.
And then he wanted a pack of gum for Christmas. And I asked him why. And he said, so that I can keep doing that with my daddy.
Look, I walk around and tell people I'm a kid's dad all the time. And it's kind of funny because like people look at me like, yeah, you have kids, you're a dad. Obviously, you're a kid's dad.
No.
I'm
different.
It's a different. Well, the way I mean it and the way I'm saying it or the way I'm thinking about it is that like I yearn for my kids to be happy.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like I didn't have that in my. I think the biggest part of them is, trauma, obviously. I didn't have that as a father, so it's like I want to be that person. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But that's the point that I'm trying to make to both of you. Is if we rewind a little bit and talk about the fact that Dakota or you wants all these fancy things, those things come at a cost. And if you worked a job where someone else was picking up your child because you were working, or that scenario,
or you were working and you didn't get to take your kids to the Greensboro column,
exactly.
Your
your child has developed this memory, and it's not even about the gum.
Yeah,
it's about the moments that he gets with his father that he would not have if you had all these. And I'm not saying that like every single person that has nice things have things at a price and they're not there for their children. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you are at a point in your life where you are present and you have the ability to be present with your children, and they hang on to those things more than they'll ever hang on to a big toy or anything like that.
Look, we're doing it, guys.
Well, listen.
We're doing it.
Eagles You know me. You said it earlier. We get to talking, and Ben would come up with some kind of lyric applicable somewhere, or whatever. Okay, Eagles, take it to the limit. Okay, you can spend all your time making money, or you can spend all your love making time. If it all fell to pieces tomorrow, would you still be mine?
Look at that. I told you that lyric was going to come out. Didn't I tell you?
You marinate on that. Marinate on that. Rewind it if you have to. Think about the relevance of that lyric into this conversation. It was cool. It was powerful. I'm cool. I feel a few pounds lighter after crying.
It's good, guys. Yeah, good to get
Sometimes
the tears
you
out.
just got to get it out.
Yeah.
But really, so guys, next week is going to be another good episode. Honestly, I don't know if I'll get emotional or not on that one because, talking about my kids, I'm probably going to be emotional because, I got a story that I wanted to tell on this one, but I'm not going to tell it.
Are we finally going to do the fatherhood episode?
We are going to finally do the fatherhood episode after telling people
I was
4 weeks ago.
Bad.
We were kind of feeling bad.
But it's all right. No, and I'm excited for that because we have a lot of listeners that are not parents yet. We have a lot of people that are listening to the show that are not fathers yet. Or
that are upcoming fathers.
Fathers to be.
Yeah.
And then we have, people who can relate more so than us. We have listeners of, their children are in 17, 21. We were just talking to somebody today that had a 21, a 17, and a 12-year-old. So, I mean, you were
wrong.
Well,
21, 17, and 18-year-old.
Okay. So it's going to be cool. And I'm really excited to share the perspectives of a single father. That's something that I'm excited to do. So,
and a father, and I was going to tell my story, and it's going to be a good one. So I might cry next week when I talk about this about my kids' wrestling story. So it's going to be fun.
Okay.
About practice. So just remind me.
Okay.
It's
I'll
good.
Be sitting right over there.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dakota will be over here.
Working
She'll be listening, working away. So guys, it's a great episode. I really don't have a man card or not. I don't really know.
I think we've done enough man cards.
You got a man card or not for anybody?
Crying on camera.
Crying, dude. Yes.
It's my birthday. I can cry if I want to. Can't deny that I want you, even though we both know that you do.
It's kind of funny.
You do. That's old Drake.
No, yeah. So no, you don't lose your man card crying on camera.
Yeah, no.
I've cried a lot on camera, so I can't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel like that one was too easy.
And for the famous words of Benjamin Nichols, I'd like to see a grown man come in here and take my man card.
I'd love to see it, bro. Pull up.
All right, guys. Yeah, looking forward to the next episode. Remember, subscribe. We're going to release that question thing or whatever. So that way, if you want to come on our podcast, you can fill that thing out. Also, once we hit our subscriber goal, remember, Benjamin Nichols is shaving his head. He said it.
Dakota's shaving his beard.
I'm shaving my beard. He's shaving his head. Actually, we really don't know, guys. We're going to come out with something to figure out a poll.
You haven't been without a beard since 7th grade, bro.
You're exactly right.
I think we shave it.
You're right.
I think not.
I think we shave it.
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right.
I don't think it's
But guys,
right.
this has been a great episode. I'm glad we got to talk this out, and you got to see some raw emotions.
I'm glad you found that button.
I love the button.
Have a great day and a great week.
That's cool, dude. All right. Later, Gators.
I'm terrified of what I'll never know.